rather than trying to change your thoughts, which, as we spoke about, a lot of players find themselves trying to do, rather than trying to change your thoughts. If you're up here in your mind and you don't really like the conversation that's going on, maybe your thoughts have turned negative. We're thinking, oh, how am I going to score more points? Why is my coach pulling me out? Why are all of the plays being run for this player? Whatever the case may be. What's that girl in the stands thinking about me? Rather than trying to stop your thoughts or change your thoughts, simply focus on actions. And I promised I'd say this again. Your thoughts have never scored a single point on the basketball court. Only your actions have. And so I see a lot of players putting way too much importance on their thoughts, which is, again, another way of saying, like, I need to like the conversation that's going on in my mind in order to play well. This is the whole positive thinking movement. I need to be thinking positive thoughts. Again, I need to like the conversation that's going on in my mind. Well, actually, we just don't need to be having the conversation at all. Like positive thinking, negative thinking, if you really examine this, you'll notice that positive and negative thoughts are both distractions from the game. And when we go back to like Kobe's famous 81-point game, there was an interview, which we've spoken about many times here, between Kobe and Jalen Rose years later after the game. Jalen said that the most interesting aspect of that performance for him was that Kobe never celebrated, never beat his chest. He was never like, Jalen made this joke that if he ever scored 40, he'd be like dancing on the sidelines. Kobe was just centered, calm, focused the whole way. He'd hit an incredible shot and then be right back in the pocket. And what Kobe said, super interesting. He's like, as soon as I celebrate the shot I just made, I've fallen out of the moment. And that's all the zone really is. It's being right here in the present moment, focused on what's happening right now. That's the key. Positive thoughts and negative thoughts are both distractions from what's going on right now. So going back to that initial point, don't try to change or even stop your thoughts. Like, just take your attention away now that we have separation between us and the thoughts, and focus it on what's happening right now. In other words, your actions. Now, something beautiful begins to happen when we focus on our actions during the game. We're up here in our thoughts, and then we turn all that mental energy into physical energy. We exert it on the game itself. Well, that magical thing that happens is that our thoughts start to follow our actions. If you've ever not been feeling so hot, maybe feeling a little bit lazy, low energy, lagging during the day, and then you're like, all right, I'm just going to go to the gym. Maybe in the beginning of the workout, you're like struggling to get going, and then 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, you're starting to feel a lot better. By the time you head home from that workout, you're feeling like a different human being than you were before you did that workout. Well, thoughts follow actions. Through the physical actions, we had all of these neurochemical reactions. Endorphins are released, dopamine's released. Now we're feeling great. Same thing goes during a game. If you're not feeling so good, if the thoughts aren't so pleasant in your mind, exert yourself on the game. Suddenly those thoughts start to change. All right? Magic. Thoughts, you'll notice, are largely spontaneous. Many of our thoughts are out of our control. We can focus our thoughts on a specific problem, like if you're solving a math problem, for example. Of course, we can focus our thoughts on that problem. But most of the time, thoughts are just kind of bubbling up to the surface of our awareness, like carbonation in a drink, right? The bubbles rise to the surface and then they burst and diffuse into the air. Thoughts are kind of like that. They're happening all the time. And so trying to control all of them is sort of a fool's errand. Like, none of us can do it. All we can do is take our attention away from those thoughts, focus it back on the game. I hope that's clear. Hey, it's Taylor. I hope you enjoyed this clip. And if you'd like to watch the full-length talk, we'll have the title and/or link for you in the description so that you can check it out there. And as always, if you'd like to go even deeper, the best place to do that is in our free masterclass over at deepgame.com, which I believe will be the most powerful hour of basketball learning of your life. I hope we see you there.